This is CS952, Introduction to Web Technologies and Design, and after laying all the groundwork to put together our gallery page, we're actually starting to have a little bit of fun now. We learned how we can use media queries to control the number of images that we have displayed depending on whether we're looking at mobile view or a small device or a large device, either one in a row or two next to each other or four next to each other. We learned how to use the transition property so that rather than just switching right from one CSS value to another, we can add in some transition time. And this works for colors. It can work for font size. You can use it for almost any CSS property. So here's what I'd like you to do. Once again, we're going to go to Styles, and we're going to go to Global, and we're going to go to our 768 pixel media query. And we can see we've got one selector in there right now, and it's the selector that we added for our image. Now if we want to see what properties we have set so far, we can click on the Show Set button, and not surprisingly, there's only one thing for us to see, and that's a width of 50%, because that's the only thing that we've said so far. That when the screen width is 768 pixels, make each image half the size of whatever is containing them. And what's containing them? We've got everything in that div that's called Photo Gallery. Okay, so we're going to turn Show Set off for now. So this is the new property that we're going to add. We're going to once again click on our More button, because this is sort of an advanced CSS property. It's not a critical property, it's kind of more in the fun group. And we're going to add a property of transform. Okay, so I'm going to type in TRANS, and you can see Dreamweaver's already anticipating what we want to do and is adding the transform text for us. Now this is what our transform is going to be. We're going to put in a value of rotate, R-O-T, and there you go, Dreamweaver's already filled in rotate for us. And in rotate, you can see we've got some parentheses. Now those parentheses are there to take a value. Rotate how much? And we're going to type in 360 DEG for 360 degrees. I think you may be able to guess where we're going with this. And I'm going to hit Enter. So now, when we look at our set properties, we can see we've got two set properties. Width of 50%, rotate 360 degrees. Now we're going to go to our screen width of 1200 pixels. And I'm going to choose my image again. And I can see I've got one property set, right? It's that 25% one. And again, we're going to add one more property. And I'm going to click on More. I'm going to go through the same steps we did before. I'm going to start to type in transform, T-R-A-N-S. And now Dreamweaver is helping us out, saying, do you want to use transform? We go, yep. And then I'm going to start to type in rotate, R-O-T, and Dreamweaver fills that in for us. Yep, we want rotate. This is handy in case you can't remember all these values. And for our value for 1200 pixels, we're going to enter in 720 DEG, and I'm going to hit Enter. Okay. Now I'm going to hit Save All, and I'm going to choose Preview in Chrome. Now let's see, what do we got here? Here we are, this is our largest view. And how about that? And then here is our smaller view. So this is B if we're in an iPhone view right here. Let's drag it out and make it large. And now not only do the images resize, and they take some time to get there, but they also spin around as they do it. And yes, we could continue to get carried away with different breakpoints and how we wanted to rotate our images. We could have all of our images end up being upside down at one point. But I think you have the idea now. If you want to get creative and explore some more options, that's part of the fun of building a website, right? Now this last thing that we're going to do is not quite as goofy as the rotating images, but it's still really, really useful. I'm going to scroll up to the top, and I'm going to click on my first image. And we can see in the property inspector it says this is my source. It's in my images folder, in my gallery folder, and the name of my image is that Bendy Pencils. And this is what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to click with your cursor inside of the source. And I'm going to, on my keyboard, I'm going to press Control A, which is select all. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy. So I've just now copied the source of my image. And in my link, remember link, this is where we said what we're going to link something to. I'm going to paste. So I'm copying what is in my source field, or my source attribute, and copying it into my link attribute. Let's go to F12, and we're going to ask, do you want to save these changes? We'll say yep. Now watch what happens when we click on that bendy pencil. It opens up in a new page. Pretty great. However, when it did that, it closed up. We went right to the new page, and our original page wasn't open. So just like what we did before, when we use the links to the Pencil Museum and to the Wikipedia page, we're going to set our target to blank. And we're just going to do that for the rest of our images. So I'm going to click over here on my 4 pencils. Under Source, I'm going to click inside of my Source attribute. I'm going to click inside that field. But if I click in here and then hit Control A on the keyboard, I have success. I'm going to hit Copy. Then I'm going to click down here and I'm going to hit Paste. And then for my target, just choose blank. Okay, that's 2 images done. We need to do the rest of these. I'm going to click over here under my lots of pencils. Again, I'm going to hit Control A on the keyboard. Hit Control A, right click and choose Copy. Click in my link, right click and choose Paste, and then set my target to blank. Now we can't set our target until we have actually defined a link. So if I click on this new image, you'll see that I can't add a target until I've actually added a link. So I'm going to hit Control A. It's very difficult. It's possible, but very difficult to drag and copy all this text. So I'm going to hit Copy, and then over here click and hit Paste, and then set my link, set my target to blank. We're almost there. There's 4 more to go. Okay, click on our 4 rows of pencils. Select all, copy, paste. Target is blank. Click on the picture of my pencil gallery. Let's see. So I got the pencil gallery done. It's pencil lead. That's the next one I need. Select all, copy, paste. Target is blank. And then down here, select all, copy, click here. Target is blank. And then over here, select all, copy, link, and then target is blank. Okay, looking pretty good. If I select F12, then Dreamweaver is going to ask me, do I want to save the changes? I say, yep, let's save those changes. And let me close up all these open windows that we have so we can see exactly where we are. Let's go back. Here we go. Open in Chrome. So now, if I can click on any of these images, if I click on the train one, it opens in a new image, and I still have my original image open. There's my train, the pencils, lead. Whoops. I think we made a mistake there. Let's go back and check our work. Does it look like when I click on the lead one, look here, under lead, target, I have parent, I need that to be blank. Okay, again, let's go back here, preview in Chrome, save changes. Yep. Let's try that again. Let's click on the lead. There we go. There's my row of pencils. There we go. Okay, so we've made a lot of progress. We got all of our images into our gallery. We created a snippet so that we can reuse some of this code over and over again. We're having some goofy fun with watching our images rotate as we resize our screen. And we got to learn a little bit about how exactly media queries work. This concludes all the work that we're going to be doing on our gallery page, and we will move forward in our next module with tables and forms.